Welcome back to my table, y'all. This is Toni Summers Tarot, and this week I have a wonderful pick a card. We are going to be talking to our ancestors. It is actually my daddy's birthday. Happy birthday in heaven, Daddy. And I thought, what better day to talk to our ancestors than today? So we have got 3 piles that we are going to check in with our intuition to see what does your loved one most want you to know today. So before we begin, we are going to go ahead and create a sacred container where we welcome in and we invite our higher selves to please come join us at the table. We command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space. And we disinvite and we disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christed consciousness. And now we set our intentions by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We welcome to the table and we invite in our angels, ancestors, guardians and guides, guardians of the 4 corners, Mother of the earth, Father of the sky, and Sacred One. We call upon you now. We ask you to all please be present with us and to please help us to understand and to interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. Okay, everybody, before we get started, I just want to say hello to all of my returning subscribers. Hi, y'all, and welcome to all of you who are brand new here. I am Toni. Thank you for being here with me. So like I said, we're going to do a pick a card. We're going to talk to our ancestors. Let's look at the decks that we are going to use today. We're going to look at the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. We're going to look at Talking to Heaven by James Van Prague. And oh, I'm so excited to introduce this deck to my channel. This is the White Newman Tarot deck. A special thank you, big thank you to one of my amazing customers, Taylor. Thank you for sending this to me, sweetheart. It means so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into our intuition. I'm going to show you these decks. You might want to pause, take a moment, ground yourself, center yourself, make sure you're in alignment with your higher self, and then I'm going to show you the 3 decks. Use your intuition, decide which deck resonates with you most below, okay? And then you'll drop down to the links in the description or in the comments and find which of your decks you want to hear the message for. If you are looking for me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me at Toni Summers Tarot on Instagram or at ToniSummersTarot.com. The links are down below to my store. I would love to see y'all there to get a private reading with me. It's like my favorite thing. I adore doing private readings. So before we go, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is not in general because these are for the collective. The message may not be entirely for you. It may be 1 or 2 or 3 cards that are just for you, and that's what is meant for you. Then that's what's meant for you. Let the rest of it go. Just take what is meant for you, okay? All right, so let's look at our 3 piles, shall we? So up first on pile 1, we have the White Skull, pile 1. Pile 2, we have the Pink Skull, pile 2. And lastly, for pile 3, we have the Black Skull. Black Skull, pile 3. All right, so which pile will it be? Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3? Drop down below in the links in the comments and description, and I'll see y'all down below. Welcome back, pile 1. So if you chose the White Skull, which it just does not want to focus. There we go, the White Skull. Let's see what the message from your ancestors for you is. And I am just obsessed with this message. I was laying the cards out. I'm like, y'all, this is a good message. I adore it. Look at this first card. The first card you chose, pile 1, describes the spirit that is talking to you. You chose Mahatavar Babaji. Listen, so this is a masculine, a male energy. So this could be a father, a husband, a brother, a grandfather, a cousin, an uncle, best friend, coworker, but it was definitely a male or masculine type energy. And the thing about Mahatavar Babaji, this is the father of yoga, okay? So he is very much into soul expansion. If you see down there on the bottom, it says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So this was more than likely not just any guy, but somebody who was kind of a little bit bigger than life. This is somebody who understood things at more than just a base level. They understood humans and human nature. They understood just personalities and behaviors. And they really wanted to get to know people on a soul level. This is a very caring, open, warm man or masculine energy. Okay. It even says Mahatavar means the great incarnation or the avatar, and Babaji means the sacred father. So this very much could be for some of you, your father. Like I said, this is my daddy's birthday today. So for some of you, this could be your dad or your grandfather coming through. And like I said, this was the man who introduced the world. This was the yogi who introduced the world to yoga. And so over 2,000 years ago, okay, it's been said that he's actually able to travel between Earth and the other worlds. And so I kind of love that energy of kind of this father energy who's traveling, from beyond where he is now on the other side of the veil to you. And I love that energy. The message that he's sending you says that you may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off for you. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God or source and all living beings. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond the physical ability and into a sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice. So the biggest thing is that, this energy here, the father of yoga, the father energy is here to help to inspire you, to help you find that union within you, and so that you can understand your thoughts and your actions, and help to create waves of energy in your life that brings to you what you want. And so this is very much about getting into understanding. He's kind of here to help you open up to your soul and help you to expand your consciousness in a way that you are able to create waves of energy that will form the life that you want. And I just love when Mahatavar Babaji shows up. This is such a warm, caring father, grandfather. He really loved his family. He just wanted the best for you at all times and was just gentle and loving and guiding. I just love this energy. This may be one of your ancestors, maybe you've never even met, but do understand. And for some of you who maybe didn't have a good experience with your father or your grandfather, I want you to know that one of your ancestors, more than likely your grandfathers, because this is definitely father energy, was very warm, very loving, very kind, very just wanted the best for you. And so I just want you to know that your whole line didn't always have this kind of closed and cold off father relationship. For some of you, that's important to know, okay? And so you definitely had a grandfather in there who was looking out for you, loving you, and cheering you on, okay? And here he is. So what is his message to you, okay? I love this message. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And so let's just kind of talk about this as a whole. Really, they say, it feels like lately you've been kind of pushing away the things that bring you pleasure, whether it's your loved ones, whether it's your spiritual practice, whether it's social life, whatever it is that kind of brings you pleasure, brings you joy. It feels like you've been kind of pushing it away. And the thing is with this 5 of Swords, what they're saying is they understand that on the one hand, you're pushing it away for your own reasons. You have reasons. You know why you're doing that, and you understand. But the other thing is that you kind of feel a little torn up inside about it. You feel a little like, I wish I could put myself out there. I wish I didn't feel this need to kind of pull back and hold back. And so you're kind of struggling with these choices that you've been making recently, where you've been giving yourself some time and some healing. But it's just like they said in the book, that was for a reason. This time alone, this time in silence, this time in stillness, that was not a problem. That was a very good thing, because look what the very next card is. The Knight of Pentacles. You've been refining, you've been fine-tuning, you've been clarifying, edifying, all the fyings, where you're going. You've been making it very clear to your own self what it is you want and the direction that you're going to take to get there. And so he says, listen, if you've been feeling guilt or shame or anything that's less than high vibration regarding how you feel about the way you're going out into the world right now, whether you're giving it your all, whether you're showing up for yourself, whether you're really participating, or whether you're spending some time kind of pulled back and alone, there's nothing to feel bad about, because what's happening right now is you're diving deep into your soul, and you're really allowing your consciousness to expand. You are really beginning to understand the connection between all things and how we are all connected through source. And so this has been a very enlightening time for you, and that's good. You're creating stable paths for yourself, paths for yourself. That was kind of a funny word that came out, but anyway, you're choosing a more stable path for yourself, and that's good. So don't feel guilty if you've had to say no to friends, family, loved ones. If you've even pulled back maybe a little bit on your spiritual path, you know, oftentimes we go into what we call the void. And that's when we're not feeling connected spiritually at all. And very often this freaks us out. This will scare us. Like, God, where are you? Consciousness, higher self, source, angels, where did you go? They didn't go anywhere. They're not anywhere. They haven't left you. They're still right here with you. You're just in what we call the void. And the void is a beautiful thing. People are afraid of it. But a lot of times what you don't understand is you're in the void for a reason. Because you need to reset. You need some time to rest. You need some time just to be. You don't always have to be going. Sometimes you just need some time just to stand still, collect your breath, collect your thoughts, and regroup. And you have. Okay? And that's what they're here to tell you. But this time, don't feel bad about it because your soul has been expanding during this time, okay? So why is your father, grandfather, uncle, cousin, best friend, this beautiful, warm, loving father energy here for you right now? The Emperor, I mean, talk about divine masculine energy. This could not be more divine masculine if you tried. Mahatma Babaji represents the ultimate divine masculine, the leader who steps up and shows us this new way of being, this new way of understanding, this new way of existing, but also who doesn't just guide us there, but he doesn't tell us this is what you should do. He's like, here is the information, now do with it as you will. That is what a father does. A father knows that you're going to have to live your own life, so he can give you all the tools you need, but he can't do the work for you. He knows you're going to have to pick those tools up and do the work for yourself. And that is why the Emperor is here. This is Aries energy, so this could be an Aries. The Mahatma energy here could very much be an Aries ancestor showing up in your life again. And I love Aries because Aries is always that fresh start, that new beginning, taking charge of the project, of yourself, of the path that you're on, really choosing to be in control of yourself. And by control, I don't mean control to the extent that you are that you're stressing out when you're not manifesting immediately, and that when things don't happen exactly as the way you think they should, you freak out. And control, what I mean is that you're in control of your energy. You're focusing on what it is you're creating. You're consciously creating, okay? And so that's why he's here. He's here because he's here to remind you, hey, don't forget, you're still in charge of your life. You're still the leader, the thought leader. You are on, you know, the leading edge of thought creation and consciousness. And now you get to be the one who chooses your path and your destiny and where you're going. You're in charge. And so he's here to remind you that, you know, there may be other people pulling the strings in your life, but ultimately you are in charge. Okay. So I love this part. This is always my favorite part of every single reading. Direct message to you from your loved one. And I honestly teared up the second that I saw this because, you know, like I said, this is my father's energy and this is my daddy's, or this is father energy and this is my father's birthday. And so I just love this card. I always give you a kiss good night. I know that you still need me in your life, so I make my presence known in order to comfort you. I enlarge my energy so that you can clearly feel me standing next to you, and I move significant objects that remind you of our shared times together. When you are ready to go to sleep, I always visit with a loving kiss to tuck you safely into bed. My love for you has been elevated to its purest level, and I am now as close to being an angel as a human soul can be. So when I'm with you, please know that my intentions are solely to help you and to comfort you. Of course, I receive great happiness from sharing more time with you, but ultimately, my goodnight kisses are my way of bringing heavenly healing energy into your life. So every night before you fall asleep, your loved one, represented here by Mahatma Babaji, brings this beautiful, perfect heavenly energy, divine energy into your life every single night just before you go to sleep, so that you have this healing energy blanketing you as you sleep. I love that. Tell me that's not a daddy, right? Tucking his baby into bed. I just love this. And the I mean, I gotta be honest with you, pile one, if I could pick any pile, it would probably be this pile. This is the pile. Y'all got the message today, because look at this right here. What should you take away from this visit with your loved one? The Four of Wands and the World. Listen, you are really coming into this time period of expansion, time period of accomplishment, right? And you are really transcending at this moment, okay? You are really coming up to this higher level of being, higher level of knowing, and you kind of had to go into that void for a little bit to have, when we're in the void, there doesn't feel like anything's happening, but what's really happening is we're just at neutral. Think of a car. When you put it into gear, you got park, reverse, neutral, and drive, right? And of course, park, the car can't go anywhere. When you're in the void, you're not in park, okay? You're not in reverse, because reverse is going backwards, and you're not in drive because your drive is going forward. What you are is in neutral. You could, if somebody pushed you, you might go forward, you might go backwards, but you're just kind of standing still waiting for that little push. You're waiting for something. You're primed and ready to go, and that's what the void is, and that is why your loved one is here to let you know. You come through the void, you've been resting, you've been gathering the energy you need, so that when the time comes, when that push comes, you will be ready to take it full steam ahead, okay? And that is 100% what this Four of Wands, the World, is saying. It says it feels like you almost feel like you haven't been supported. It almost feels like, in some ways, you feel like you're stepping out of this void on your own. Like there's nobody holding your hand as you step into these expansion and as you step into this new accomplishments that you're about to transcend. Trust me, you're about to transcend limits of time and space and behavior and belief in a way that you can't believe. Like, you are not going to believe what you're going to overcome here soon. And that's the message for you, is that you are not alone. You are not standing there going through this by yourself. And as you move forward, they're right here with you every single step of the way, tucking you in every night, giving you healing, loving energy, so that the next day you can pick up right where you left off and you can continue to transcend, accomplish, and expand. And I really, really, really love that energy. Your soul is expanding, and they want you to know that you are not alone. Even if it feels like in the physical world you're standing by yourself, they want you to know. You see, this is supposed to be a mother and a daughter, okay? And I want you to really look at this card, because this card really tells the whole story. This is supposed to be a mother and a daughter, and the mother is leading her daughter into a ceremony. And that's the point. See, it's not the physical mother and daughter, it's your 3D. It's the 5D. I'm sorry, it's not the 3D mother and daughter, it's the 5D. They are here. They are here with you in the other side, and you are never, ever, ever alone as you are going through this expansion, as you are going through these new accomplishments and transcending all those limits. You're not alone, and that's the point. They want you to know your daddy is here with you, and he's tucking you in every single night, and he loves you, sweetheart. All right, pot one, I hope that you enjoy that. Wow, y'all made me tear up. I hope that you enjoy that. I hope that you will come back. I love y'all so much. You know where to find me. Please, if you enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up. You know, what does that hurt you to subscribe to my channel? It doesn't hurt a dang thing. Hit that little subscribe button. Hit that little bell to get notifications when I post new content, and come on back. Oh, and share this content with somebody who might find it enjoyable. Y'all, I love you so much. Come on back. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, pile one. Welcome back, pile two. So let's see what message you have from your ancestors. So the card to describe the spirit that is showing up and talking to you today is hope. This is actually one of my most favorite. I don't know if you can see my picture right there, but if you look, it actually says hope right there. It's one of my favorite words. It's kind of, I grew up on a street named Hope. I love the word hope. And this is representing one of, it's either a mother, a grandmother, a wife, a sister, an aunt, coworker, best friend. Let me put down this Curtain is a little bit bright there. There we go. Here we go. So represented by hope. So this is a feminine or a female energy that is showing up, okay? And she is about love and acceptance, and her message for you says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. If you don't know, hope is one of the three angels of the Holy Trinity. You have faith, love, and hope. Okay, sometimes love is called charity, but either way, faith, love, and charity, faith, love, and hope, either way. Or hope and charity sometimes can get intermixed. But anyway, faith, love, and charity, faith, love, and hope. She is the one that helps us to recognize hope isn't about just wishing for something good to happen or for waiting for help to arrive, but it is trusting that support is always and already present. That's what hope is about, is knowing that trust that the help, spiritual help is always available and already available to you, okay? So the message here for you from your loved one says, the angels are gathered around you in a celebration that you are finally willing to see how loving and how lovable you are. Hope is here with her legion of love angels, guiding you to see that you deserve loving relationships, loving experiences, and loving acceptance from the world around you. It seems that you are really moving beyond the limitations that you once had in this department. But know that whenever you do question your worth, you can call on your loved one, represented here by hope, to shine her golden light upon you. Your loved one wants you to know that they love you and they cherish you and they are grateful that you are giving yourself the same support. So that's the biggest thing, is that your loved one is here to say, I want you to love and cherish yourself as much as I love and cherish you, okay? And so that's the biggest thing, is that the message from your, this mom, grandma, aunt, cousin, best friend, wife, is that she really wants you to love and accept yourself for who you truly are. And that's a big message that plays out here, because the first three cards ask, what is the message, like the actual message she has for you? And look, we have the 8 of Wands, we have the 8 of Swords, a double 8. I really love that, because that's very much kind of the number of the ancestors, 8. It's kind of the infinite, beyond the veil number, okay? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You have 8, 8, and then 9 in reverse. So really, she's here to help communicate to you how it is that you are holding yourself back. And specifically, let's talk to this 9 of Pentacles, because this is cards of having kind of feelings of isolation and feelings of loneliness, right? And that comes from being a little bit overprotective of yourself, all right? And a lot of times, this is spending money just to fill the void, going out like shopping therapy, okay? And so when this card comes up, this is, hope is here to kind of help you understand that you need to take action. This is really her showing up and telling you it's time to take action. It's time to understand that to recognize and to talk to your higher self. The thing about the 8 of Wands is that they want you to communicate with your higher self. You are kind of living in this like 3D reality right now, where you don't see, you are holding yourself back. These choices that you're making, whether it's spending recklessly, whether it's isolating yourself, whether it's I'm trying to come up with the word I'm looking for here. Oh, I know. It took me forever. I'm like, you'll see me like look around the room, like suddenly I think the word's just going to appear in the air or the sky or on the floor somewhere. But anyway, this is taking yourself out of the act of comparison. This is really understand the only thing that's holding yourself back is that you are wasting your time comparing yourself to others, and as such you're also going out and wasting your money. You reap what you sow, okay? And so are you putting your time, effort, and energy, and including your finances, into things that matter? And so really this is about learning to love and accept yourself. I really get the energy here with these cards showing up that you are really you've been comparing yourself to others, right? And this is that energy that kind of comes up. I don't want to say it's necessarily like jealousy, okay? But this is self-comparison. And that self-comparison, when you're comparing yourself to others, you are not only going to hold yourself back, but you're also going to put yourself in a pickle, because you're going to go out there and you're going to waste your time, your effort, and most importantly, the money that you're trying to hold on to accomplish other things, trying to get yourself in alignment with everybody else's life plan, but that's not your life plan. So why are you wasting your time comparing yourself? And remember, you reap what you sow, okay? And so is it your life you want to live, or is it somebody else's life you want to live? Because right now, the only reason why you are not going exactly the way you want to go is because you're holding yourself back by comparing yourself to others, and by trying to keep up with the Joneses, and by trying to do what everybody else is doing, and trying to look like everybody else is looking. And they're like, no, your loved one is telling you you need to love and accept yourself for who you are, and stop trying to be who all these other people are, okay? Recognize your own divine worth, is what your loved one says. So why is your loved one here right now? Why are they showing up at this time period? I love this message right here, the King of Cups showing up. You know, this has a lot to do with the fact that you're going through kind of, you maybe struggled with like some recent disappointments, maybe even some intimacy issues, okay? A lot of times when the King of Cups shows up, this has to do with intimacy issues, and that can cause a lot of just kind of self-absorption, kind of depression, okay? Especially if you're struggling with intimacy issues. And I don't just mean sexual, I mean being intimate, like actually having intimate relationships with your friends and your loved ones and your lovers, okay? And so the energy here is the reason why it feels like you're struggling to create true bonds or intimate relationships, is because there is just this kind of what's the word I'm trying to say here? It's almost like you're trying to be something that you're not. Okay, you see how the King is in reverse? It's almost like you want to show up as this person that you expect people to think you are, and then you can't meet that expectation. You can't, because that's not who you are. It's like you're trying to be something that you're not, and as such, you know, you're trying to live up to whatever everybody else is doing, or you know, whatever the Instagram models are chasing these dreams. It feels like you're trying to chase their dreams instead of your own. And that's the point. I mean, that's 100% the point here. You're not getting what you want because you're not allowing yourself to be as intimate, not just with others. Here's the thing. When I say intimacy, I mean like you're not expressing who you really are. You're not telling your truth to others. You're not sharing your truth with others, not allowing them to really get in and love and accept you for who you are. And so you're holding yourself back because you're not able to tell and share with others who it is you really are. And that's the thing. They want you to fully love, embrace, and accept yourself, okay? Because it feels like you maybe have even hit these bumps recently with depression and not understanding why you can't have true intimate bonds with people. The thing is that the thing that's holding you back is you. You're trying to be somebody you're not, okay? So let's talk about this beautiful message from your loved ones. I love this message. It says, I have become one of your guides. Now that I've had time to process and to learn from my earthly experience, I am working through my remaining life purpose by helping you with your life purpose. It is a vicarious way for me to fulfill my destiny. And as you fulfill your own, please know that I would never interfere with your free will choices. Although, admittedly, it is difficult at times to sit on the sidelines and watch you make choices that I mean, if I were asked, would advise you to make differently. As one of your spirit guides, my role is simply just to love you. All the love that you receive from your many angels and guides is your shield that safeguards you in the face of stress and fear. Our collective love is healing, guiding, and protective. And know that you can call upon me or any of your angels or guides for assistance and comfort, because we are always here with you. And that's the point. Hang on, let me read what they said one more time. They said, hang on, let me go back to what they said. They said, I'm serving out the remainder of my life purpose, helping you find your life purpose. And I really get the energy that that's what this is about, is that you're not sure what the path is that you're supposed to be on. You're not sure. The reason why you're being held back is because you don't even know where it is you're going. And that's what they're here for. They're here to help you stop beating yourself up. Stop trying to be somebody you're not, and instead communicate with your higher self, communicate with your spirit guides and with your angels and source, and get in alignment. That's the thing. They are here to guide you, to help you get in alignment so that you can speak your truth, so that you don't have to be this shell of who people think you should be, but instead you can show up this fully alive and vibrant being and represent your soul the way it's meant to be, okay? And the very last card is what you should take away from this. I couldn't love this card any bigger for you. The High Priestess. This is very, 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 very much about connecting to your intuition, okay? Listening to your own inner divine guidance. I even love that she shows up here again. She begins and ends with that feminine energy, and she makes sure you see that. What is feminine energy? Intuition. Listening to our soul, trusting our inner voice to guide us, to get us to where we want to be. And also, the interesting thing about High Priestess is that very often she's about not speaking, okay? She's about, listening to your intuition, but what this means is not chasing what everybody else is chasing, not trying to be part of the in crowd, but instead showing up and letting your soul express itself fully and not being embarrassed the least bit about it, because people who know you will accept you, and the people who are supposed to be a part of your world are always going to love you and accept you for who you are, okay? You don't have to be something you're not. The people that are meant to be in your world and your life, they will love and accept you just for who you are, and that is the message from your loved one, okay? All right, Pile 2, this was such a beautiful, loving message from your ancestors. Thank you so much for showing up and representing all these loved ones for us today. Angel, hope we appreciate you so much for being here, and I appreciate you for being here. I hope that you will come back again. If you found this enjoyable, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. It doesn't hurt you just to hit that little subscribe button, or even if you want to, hit that little bell button down there to find out, get notifications when I post new content. Y'all come on back. Share it. By the way, it would be really cool if you knew somebody who might enjoy this video. Share this with them, okay? Y'all come on back, and until the next time I see you, take care of yourself, Pile 2. Bye. Welcome back, Pile 3. So, if you chose the black skull, let's see what message you have from your ancestor. I love this message. I was just looking at it, and what a beautifully sweet message. To begin with, the card to represent your loved one is Melchizedek. This is Melchizedek. So this is a masculine or a male relative, husband, father, brother, cousin, uncle, best friend, co-worker, roommate, somebody like that, but it was a masculine or a male. Might have been a little bit older, just because you see he's kind of got a gray beard, right? So this could have leaned towards more like a father or an uncle or a grandfather energy, okay? But Melchizedek is here to help you with your higher learning. And the message, if you look down there on the bottom, it says that you have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Melchizedek, he is actually one of the high priests that were mentioned in the book of the Bible, Genesis, okay? And he's also in other sources, but mostly you can find him in Genesis. He's one of the high priests from the book of Genesis. He was here to kind of help the humans with the ascension process, all right? He was here to really help everybody move from this 3D reality into a state of harmony and love, okay? And so the message from you, for you from your loved one says, you have learned so much to this point, and you are learning more every day. You are recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you, and you are preparing for transition or an inner ascension, where you will move beyond another level of fear and into the inner sanctum of your heart and your soul. Become aware of your patterns, ancient symbols, and signs that are being sent to you from the universe. There is a sense that you are now able to focus on a new way and offer a greater light to the world. Melchizedek is here to offer wait, try that again. Melchizedek and his order are now with you, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. So really, like I said, this really comes across as a father, grandfather, uncle energy, somebody who's older, somebody who passed, maybe a mentor or somebody like that, a teacher that you really loved and respected. But he is here to really help you step into that next level of higher learning, to help you learn from your experiences, but also to help you study, not just externally, but inner study, to really do the inner work. And that is the message for sure, because let's get into this message he has for you. We have the Ten of Swords. We have Strength. This is a Leo, so this could actually be a Leo that is represented here by Melchizedek. And we have the Magician. This is Aries. Both of Leo and Aries are both fire signs, and so that kind of makes me think that this is more than likely a fire sign. So it could have been an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Father, grandfather, uncle, relative, maybe an older brother, mentor, tutor, teacher, somebody like this. This is definitely somebody who gave you a lot of life lessons and that you learned a lot from. Because, and like I said, more than likely they were a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, because we have Leo and Aries represented. But the message here for you is the Ten of Swords, the Strength in reverse, and Magician in reverse. And so, you know, they say, you know, when it feels like you're kind of at the point where you feel like giving up. It feels like you have kind of just, you don't know what to do anymore. You've kind of just reached the end of your rope and you aren't sure what the next step is to take. And you just you've kind of hit a wall, and it feels like you just don't have the strength anymore, and you don't know what the solutions are. You don't know what's the next step to take or how to solve the problem. Okay, that's very much what this energy is coming across as. And so they are here, your loved one represented by Melchizedek. I think it's Melchizedek is how you're supposed to say Zedek. Hang on, let me say this again. Melchizedek. Your father, uncle, grandfather, mentor, teacher, or whoever, they are here to help you, because here is the Ten of Wands. They want you to finally lay down these burdens that are too much to bear. They feel like you have been carrying a load for a very, very heavy time. And for a while now, it feels like you've been carrying burdens that don't even belong to you, Pile 3. This very much feels like you're taking on the weight of the world. And it is time for you to understand you don't always have to be strong, and you don't always have to have the answer to everything. Sometimes it's okay to lay it all down and just, wrong card, and just be, the Ten of Wands. So that's what they're here to remind you, that this experience that you're going through is a learning experience. What are you learning? Okay. What is it, if you want to get out of this energy where it just feels like you're stuck, you're trapped, you don't know what the next step is, step back and ask yourself, what is the lesson you are learning? That's why they're here. They're here to help you recognize, what do you need to learn from this experience that you're going through right now, okay? So, I love this part of the reading. This is a message directly to you from your loved one. Now I have no pain. You worried whether I suffered in my passing, and I'm here now to tell you that all physical pain is connected to the body. Now that my body has been laid to rest, I am completely pain-free. Before, movement was slow and cumbersome, and now I am so light and free that I can be wherever I want with just a thought. Part of my life review has been to examine the source of my previous physical pain and to take the responsibility without guilt for my role in manifesting these conditions, because, you know, we are all responsible for everything that happens to us, okay? And so we need to be able to take on and assume that responsibility without guilt, so that we can, you know, be, what's the word I'm trying to say? Accountable, so that we can take accountability for our own choices. And so when we get to that point, that's what they're trying to say here, is that part of their life review has been to examine their life and the source of their physical the source of the physical pain that they had in their life, and to take responsibility for its role in their life without any guilt, okay, for that physical pain. Now that they can see that they the path of pain was a choice that their soul made, and they are learning great lessons of compassion and empowerment while they are on this path. And so the point is that they want you to know, one, they are not hurting, they are not in pain, especially if this was a loved one that you witnessed have a very slow death. This reading very much reminds me of my grandfather showing up. This very much, especially this, because my grandfather and I, around the time he passed, kind of had this little signal regarding yellow butterflies and yellow flowers. But this is the thing, is that he's trying to take accountability for all the physical pain he had in his life without guilt, and so that he can make you understand you are completely responsible and accountable for all the physical and emotional and spiritual pain in your life. Now, that does not mean you asked somebody to hurt you, or you purposely chose a situation to put yourself in pain. That's not what that is. It's like you didn't just go out and decide to get in a car accident or to fall out of the tree or to have somebody hurt you. That's not what you were saying. What we're saying is that you are accountable in the choices that you made that led up to that point. So if you fell out of the tree, you were the one climbing the tree. If you were in a car accident, you decided to be in a car on that place at that time. So that's how you're accountable. If somebody hurts you, you are not accountable for that. Okay? Or you're not responsible, I should say. You didn't choose. You didn't ask them to hurt you, but you did choose your response to it, and whether you chose to feel pain or hurt or sadness, whether you just chose to let it roll off your back, that is your choice, okay? So you are accountable, and that's the point. They want you to know that you are accountable for the pain that happens in your life, but that you can also release this pain, that this is something that you don't have to hold on to forever. You can forgive and release once you understand that you, hang on, how do they say? I now see that the path of pain was a choice my soul made, and I'm learning great lessons of compassion and empowerment from that path, and that's the point. Your loved one really wants you to look your pain straight in the eye, even if you may feel like you don't have the strength to even conjure up the dealing with this situation. It doesn't matter. They want you to look pain right in the eye and give yourself compassion. Give yourself compassion and take back your power, okay? Give yourself the freedom of releasing yourself from emotional, physical, and spiritual pain by taking back your power, giving yourself compassion, and giving yourself grace, and forgiving yourself for being human, because we all are. We're all going to make choices that are not in our highest and best alignment. That's okay. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Okay? And the very last message, and I mean, they do mean forgive yourself. The Three of Swords, they say, what should you take away from this message? Listen, you can hold on to the heartbreak. You can hold on to the pain. That's a choice you can make. Or you can choose to let go of the pain. You can choose to have no more pain if you want to. That's a choice. Pain is a choice we make. Now, I'm not saying that you choose for your body, like when you're sick or hurt, for your body to hurt. I don't mean that, okay? But you may need to be putting yourself accountable for why are you sick? Did you make choices that put yourself in this position to be sick? Did you put yourself in a position to get hurt? That now you're having this pain. Are you accountable, and can you forgive yourself? Because, see, that's the thing. Do you want to let go of pain? Then learn to forgive. Learn to let go of what hurt you. Learn to forgive the thing that stabbed you in the back when you didn't see it coming. Learn to take accountability for the fact that you are literally responsible for everything that happens to you. No, you did not make a person hurt you. No, you did not cause an accident or anything like that, that happened. But you are responsible and accountable for everything that happens in your life, because you choose to put yourself in situations that cause these things to happen, and be with people that cause these things to happen, and you choose to feel the way you do. You choose to respond the way you do. That is where you are responsible. Hold yourself accountable to what you are responsible for, and then release the pain. Because holding on to the pain does not teach you the lesson. Holding on to the pain just keeps you suffering. Holding on to the pain just keeps you drowning. Holding on to the pain just keeps you unable to see the solution. What they want you to do is to admit that you don't always have to be strong, that sometimes it's better to let go of the pain and to absorb the lesson rather than to keep holding the pain and keep feeling it over and over and over and never learning a damn thing. So you keep repeating the same choices over and over and over and keep making choices that are painful. So you have a choice. Let go of the pain, learn your lesson so you don't repeat that mistake, choice or action or whatever it is that got you in that position, or hold on to the pain and keep repeating it. That's your choice. Either let it go and learn, or hold on to it and don't learn. But they are really, really, really here to help you hopefully decide it is time to end this cycle, learn my lesson, and shift up and ascend. Okay, it's time to let go of this lower vibration and evolve up to a higher vibration and learn my lesson. Okay, all right, let go of the pain. That is the message from your loved one. All right, pile 3, this was such an honor, a joy, and a pleasure to be here with you. If you would, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. I know there's somebody who would enjoy this video, and if you haven't already, what are you doing? You made it this far in the video. Why haven't you subscribed? Why haven't you liked it? What's it going to hurt you? Hit that little button and go, thumbs up. What's it going to hurt you to hit that little subscribe button? So what? I show up in your feed. I ain't going to take nothing from you. Do it for me, please. I love you so much, pile 3. Thank you for being here with me. Y'all come on back. And, you know, like as always, if you want to have a private reading with me, the link is down below, Toni Summers Tarot. I'd love to see you. All right, pile 3. Love y'all.